It all started on a weekend when I wanted to take a break from the busy city life. I own a ranch with a beautiful, private lake. The perfect spot to unwind, fish, and just enjoy the peace and quiet. So, I packed my camping gear, grabbed a few essentials, and headed to the lake for a peaceful weekend by the water. Little did I know, the HOA had other plans. I set up my tent and was just starting to relax by the campfire when suddenly, I saw flashing lights approaching from the distance. At first, I thought it was just someone passing by, but then the sirens got louder. The next thing I know, a couple of police cars rolled up to my campsite. I was shocked. I hadn't done anything wrong, so why were the cops here? The officers got out and approached me, asking for my identification. Confused, I explained that I owned the property and was simply camping by the lake. They seemed a bit unsure, but they told me the HOA had called them. Apparently, someone from the HOA reported that I was trespassing on my own land. They said I didn't have permission to be there, and I had to leave immediately. Now, I've had my run-ins with the HOA before, but this was next level. I told the officers I was the owner and that I had every right to be on my property. The officers seemed skeptical, but when I showed them the deed and the paperwork proving that I owned the land, their attitude completely changed. They immediately apologized and told me I was free to stay, but that wasn't the end of it. As the officers left, I realized something that made my blood boil. The HOA had been trespassing on my land all along. Over the years, they had been sending workers and contractors to maintain the area, but they never had permission from me. They had been entering my property without my consent, which was a violation of my rights as the landowner. I couldn't believe it. The same people who called the cops on me had been trespassing for years, and they had the nerve to accuse me of trespassing on my own land. It was outrageous. I immediately contacted my lawyer and started gathering evidence to hold the HOA accountable. Long story short, the HOA had to pay for the unauthorized access, and they were forced to change their policies regarding land access in our neighborhood. From that day on, I made sure to keep a closer eye on what the HOA was up to. So, the next time you think about relaxing on your own property, remember, sometimes the people who are supposed to protect your land are the ones violating it. That was the story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more crazy tales of real-life drama.